Hello, everyone. Welcome. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. New hands on stream today. The folks over at Keepforest were uh, so kind to send over. Give me a moment, just get let the dog out. So, we have the chat going, everything is working. Hopefully, have nice audio. Let me know if there are any issues, but it should be fine. So, we are taking a look at Keepforest Devastator, the full edition today. I played around a little bit for a day. It's yeah, let's just jump straight in and take a look. They have it comprised of two packages. So there's Devastator Deathmatch and Devastator Action Twisted Industrial Toolkit. Retail price is $349 or $199 for each single one of these libraries. And first good news, we have a giveaway at the end of the stream, so you can win Devastated Deathmatch. We do, like usual, we do a random drawing. So if you happen to comment on our Facebook page, there is a thread. I'm going to give you the link right here. So if you leave a comment on that post, you may be eligible to win a copy of a Devastated Deathmatch at the end of the stream. And also, Keepforest was very in a giving mood, so they gave us a unique code that is eligible 48 hours after this stream, where you can get $50 off each of the individual libraries or $100 off the full edition. So you will get it for $249, which is pretty cool. And yeah, that's the library we are going to take a look at today. Thanks for joining. If you have any questions, feel free to comment. And yeah, let's dive straight in. There have been quite a bunch of videos already about all the individual patches and content. Cookie. Wait a second. Don't get dogs. So, sorry for that. Where were we? So there's quite a bunch. There's quite a bunch of videos already. Alex Pfeffer, for example, did a great walkthrough on all the patches. So we will take a short look, but I will rather concentrate on kind of working with the library today and just diving straight in and writing a track with it. So that's it. This is the interface we are going to be greeted with. So Devastated Deathmatch has for those of you not aware, the Keepforest is focused on sounds for trailer music, hybrid trailer, things like that. So all the modern trailer sounds you hear in movie trailers, that's what you find in this library. They started years ago with Atlantica and Dragon, and kept evolving. And this is the latest installment. So just on a side note, and so we have tons of different trailer hits, booms, rolls, short hits, even round robin trailer drums. Let's just load some of that stuff in, take a look at the general interface. So this guy is the center of it all. He funnily follows you when you click on the interface. Just a little nice animation there. And let's hear what it sounds like. So we have the synthetic trailer drums round robin. Have to admit that the sounds are extremely loud. So in case you're asking if there's any processing, not really. The only thing that I have set up is that the channel is sitting at I lowered the pre-gain by -10 decibels because these patches are really, really loud. I mean, I could also lower here, but in the course of working with the instrument, it's easier for me to do it on a channel in Cubase to lower the pre-gain. Okay, general look at the interface. We have a master reverb with tons of different impulse responses. So all your general reverb controls, early reflection size, dry, wet. So that's fine. Turn that off. You get the envelope control, attack, decay, sustain, release. Release time obviously shortens the sample. That's the main page. That guy doesn't do anything besides looking if you do the work. Judgmental looking at you. So, effects page. You get 2, 4, 6, 7 effect slots. You can load effect chains. So there's some interesting stuff here we may look at later, but you can also manually add effects. So let's say we want to have a delay. Turn the feedback down a little bit. And that's the new delay that is included in Contact. So different effects there, and obviously the only thing that you can't do, as far as I'm aware, is change once you loaded an effect. You can't get back to this list, so you need to kill it and then add a new one. No big deal when you know it. So let's just say you can play with saturation. I mean, that sample is already pretty beefy, so but you hear the difference there. So you can do quite a lot with different effects. As you can see, there's tons of stuff in there that helps you. Do you have Contact 6? 6 is worth to upgrade from version 5. I necessarily needed to upgrade to 6 because there were quite a bunch of libraries that need Contact 6 now. It's working fine on my end, so I don't see any issue with it. Uh, so, these are the effects. Back to main, and last but not least, we have this rhythm page, which is a pretty advanced arpeggiator. So when you turn it on, obviously there's not much interesting going on in the default state. What I really like is that you can diversify the steps on each step. So you can even do odd rhythms and stuff like that. Like this, for example. That's pretty cool. And you get a good amount of presets in the rhythms, for example, trail drums. So that's pretty nice, and you can do the same with filters, for example. Just randomly doing something here. So you can get pretty creative with all these rhythm engines here. Let's take a little bit more of a look what's inside. So we have the classic hits. And what we didn't look at in the main interface, you can, when you have these hits with a pre-whoosh, you can jump directly to the hit without the pre-whoosh with this button from hit. Somehow it doesn't go back. I mean, you can manually move that slider. But I was under the assumption that when you click that button again, that it jumps back to the beginning. It seems it doesn't do that. But, Alex, nice to see you around. So if you're interested in a deeper walkthrough of all the individual patches, check out Alex's video on Devastator. Really good stuff in there. So it doesn't jump back when you click the from hit again. But, well, you can manually move this fader here. And let's look at the other stuff that we have. You have a volume curve that you can adjust. There we go. You have an LFO cutoff. I mean, you could technically do stutter effects with that. Reset all. So you can, I mean, don't know if there's a way to open that up. It's a little bit fiddly when you want to individually adjust stuff here. Maybe alt click or something. No, doesn't do anything. So not really a way to if that could be a bigger window, that would be great. But it isn't. So yeah, then it goes on. Hits, over hits, metallic hits, hybrid hits. That's some badass stuff right there. Then we have the classic booms. Hybrid booms. And then we go on with percussion, kick snares, dirty cymbals. I like these a lot. One thing that I found with the rhythm stuff, let's say we do this, it doesn't interchange between when you hit two notes at the same time. It plays both notes at the same time. I correct myself. It can do that. You need to select the corresponding ARP setting. So, and then, as I said, you have some basic settings. Okay. Tempo. That's pretty nice. So yeah, this setting up here determines if you play cycle between the notes that you hit down on an ARP or play all at the same time. So that's really good. Punch percussion, as the name implies, short punchy hits. High percussion, always good to have these kind of ticks. Especially when you combine that with the effects and put a decent delay and reverb on top, like say an eighth dotted delay and a nice reverb after that. Say, no, not the reverb. I do want to have the convolution. So there they have like these noise tail stuff. And when we then very cool to create simple, easy effects that really work well in the context of trailer music. Noise percussion, as the name implies, noisy, distorted stuff. Really cool. Trailer effects, that's the classic stuff that you know and love from trailer music. Whooshes, and I like these patches that are spread out across the keyboard where you have just tons of choices with every key that you hit. Classic downers. Very, very neat stuff. Drone noises. And most of the patches are mod controllable. The filter, as you can see at the bottom left here. So that's pretty nice. Tonal effects. The alarms are really good on this one. I listened to them yesterday. And these are not key switch controlled. These are mapped to the keyboard, so they follow your selection. So if you press an E, you get an E. And then you have a menu here where you can select the individual sounds. And again, you can also adjust the sample. No, you cannot. On these, you cannot adjust the sample start. It looks like. Oh, yeah, you can. Okay. So, well, it's easier to just sorry, to just learn that to a MIDI function. So you can do that. When you change the sound, so you get a lot of versatility out of that through adjusting the simple starts. Specifics tonal, these are. I'm just running through some of the sounds here. Signature hits. Lots and lots and lots of stuff. Our bass, we're getting into the tonal realm. Really, really beefy stuff. High plucks. Just checking some of these included impulse responses. I mean, that alone is that classical intro trailer sound. And then you get some pre-made patches, signature hybrid lead, and plucks. That's quite a lot of fun to play around with. Very, very beefy. Trailer pulses. I mean, this is the stuff where that rhythm engine really comes in handy. So if you load a rhythm for the, for example, low pulse, and obviously switch it on. Unfortunately, there's not a way to cycle between the patches or the presets, so you need to manually load them anytime. We go into ARP mode. It might be even better to use the bass pulses for that. Yeah, when you then go into the rhythm. So that's pretty cool. You can do a lot of stuff with that. And you got tons of different sounds. Then you go into the effects, add some distortion on top. Add, no, not more distortion. Add a little bit of a delay. Turn it down a little bit. Go to a dotted. And last but not least, let's add a little bit of plate reverb maybe. So really, really nice stuff. That was all from the... okay, now I need to think about, is that the expand? No, the expansion is this guy. If we take a look back at the library, so the red guy is Devastator, this guy, and the blue guy is the expansion, Devastator Deathmatch. So that is the content that you see in here in the expansion. So as far as I understand, they both work independently. So if you decide just to get the expansion, it works on its own. You don't need the Devastator library to run the, what is it called, Action Twisted Toolkit. But if we look at the instruments in the expansion, there is some trailer, low horns, and Brahms, and you can tell by having the blue guy here that we are now in the expansion. And we have Brahms and pads. Quite a bunch. Alex said, yes, it's a bit confusing. Devastator Deathmatch is the expansion. Yeah, the blue guy is the expansion, which also is available on its own. I can only repeat what I said in the beginning, that Keepforest was kind enough to provide code if you intend to get one of these libraries with a $50 off individual or $100 off the full version. I'm posting the codes in the chat here. This is only available for 48 hours after this stream. If you want to wait, we will also do a giveaway at the end of the stream of Deathmatch. So leave a comment on this Facebook post And at the end of the stream, we will randomly select one winner who gets this library as a giveaway. Thanks to Keepforest for providing that. Um, as I said, like Alex and also the guys at Keepforest themselves did some decent jobs on walkthroughs with the individual patches. So what I want to do is focus more on opening that up, because what I did is just loaded all the individual patches into uh, into this here, so we have them all available and can work a little bit with it, because I think that's what's uh, most interesting part is to actually work with it and write something with it. So let's jump straight in and get cracking, I would say. There we go. So we got the hits, we got the booms. It's pretty much just one contact instance per patch, uh, which gives me more control in the end in terms of mixing. So when I open up the mixer here, you see that it's all the individual patches, and all these are turned down by -10, and we are still at just keep in mind these patches are really really loud, and it helps to turn them down a little bit. So just to see, it's all these contact instances. I just started with one and then just kept duplicating and load one patch after the other. So we should have everything in here that the library has to offer. What I didn't look at yet, we may look into that later. They do have this like hits user import. We can try that out later. I haven't done that yet. And I haven't loaded everything from the loops section. So there's some trailer drum loops, TikToks, Dirty Perk, etc. We can later down the line look into that and may be loading some stuff from there. So I just realized that the chat window is now hard to read because of the patches there. Maybe we just close these for now. So that may work better. Okay. So what do you start with? We had these little ping sounds, high plucks. There we go. Maybe we start with this one. Close the percussion and choose a ping to start with. I like that one. Pretty classic trailer sound. Let's spice that up a little bit with effects like we did with the one before. So add a delay. Let's go with a tape one in stereo. A little bit less feedback. And let's go with 8th dotted. Saturate a little bit. And add the convolution. Noise tail, not as much. Okay, now I realize once you have more than one effect, these arrows change their position. Okay. Ba, 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 ba. That's a nice starting sound. Let's define the tempo. I mean, I had it on 90. Maybe that's good already. want to try the ping pong delay, see if that works better. Let's see, maybe we do 16th dotted. Just a slight, pitch bend in the beginning helps a lot to make it stand out a little more. Okay, let's try this. And I don't like the delay there. Maybe just straight 8th notes. Sometimes simple is better. That second pitch bend was a little bit bad performed. Worst case scenario, just copy the first one. That on 0. Just putting that there so I have a reference point to paste it. It's not much, but it helps to raise a little bit more interest with that pitch noise. So we have these. Pads are let's see what we have. Let's see when we combine that. Too much stuff going on already in the beginning. And I think we can do better with a ping sound. Let's see. See you, Alex. Have fun. Let's start with the soft Brahms. Just one thing that I don't really like is the inconsistency, so that Brahms 16 is sitting here. The next one is not sitting here, but an octave lower. Although it's technically the same tonal center. So I don't really understand why that is up there while the next one is down there. But well. Is that the DT990 Pro on your head? It is. I like that one. 3, 4. Let's keep that as an intro. Gonna add low boom. Booms, booms. Yeah, turn down the mod wheel a little bit to get a little little filtering. I heard some issues with the mod wheel on that soft bram, so we gotta fix that. Yeah, once the mod wheel comes in here again, it's audible, like a jump. So I wanna delete that ramp here. And really only start on the note high up. Same here. That. So should be good now. Let's put the start point here. Bring in that other low brass. I mean, that sounds already pretty good. There's also a menu where you can choose different sounds, but I like the first one pretty much, so let's stick with that. One, two, three, four. So wanted to raise that a little bit, kind of have a little riser. That we are also going to add let's look at the interface. Also here, like that one. So the only downside to using these within Contact is that you cannot really tell how they land on a beat. So all I gotta do is kind of estimate where that needs to land. Let's see if that works. Okay. I mean, you could also export to audio and then align it, but I want to stay in MIDI today. So make sure the mod width is all the way up to have that. Okay, start a little bit earlier. 2, 3, 4. That sounds good. And also, Alex mentioned that there's no stutter effect in the interface integrated like in the rhythm part here. But what you can do is to manually create it either with volume, or you could theoretically do this and copy these guys. Like this, and then copy all of these guys again. So as we know, mod wheel controls the filter, so you can, when you solo that, so that's pretty nice. And on the last one, we could turn it off to have that on the one. Let's add a hit on the last one, classic hit. I like that one. So I'll make sure it lands on the 11. A little bit early. Sounds good. Keep it a little bit longer. So okay, I think I need to turn that around the other way. I think the easiest way is to cut it and to paste it here. So yeah, that's better. Otherwise, it was kind of a 30-second note offbeat. It seems library is so loud. It is indeed. It is very, very loud. So on this one, let's turn down the volume a little bit. Maybe we can even give it a little riser with the volume. we get this. What I also want to do is, oh, I played around with that patch already. That's actually a sub bass. I tried some rhythm stuff on this one. But what I want to do, I realized that I forgot to add. No, I do have the pulses. Sorry, my bad. There we go. Yeah, there we have the pulses. And I think these are some presets from the expansion. I'm not sure. Instruments, trailer pulses. Yeah, so you have the menu of these bass pulses. Loading. So you got all these individual pulses, but you also have some presets for rhythms and loops. So if you're lazy and don't want to build your own, or want to look into how you can build rhythms with it, it's a cool thing to look at these presets. That's some cool stuff in there. On these, mod wheel is not connected to the filter, but we can manually adjust that. Can you adjust the sound to the beat? It seems that these, they have other libraries where you can do that. It seems that here they didn't put emphasis on having the sound syncable, so the rises and the hits are not synced to the beat, so you need to manually adjust them. It looks like. So let's add this bass patch. And while recording it, I raised the mod wheel to keep it rising. And what I want to do in exactly this moment, I want to try something first. How does the volume react to CC7? It gets all the way, okay, let's get all the way up. So it was on 127. But what I want to do is completely have it off the moment it arrives on that pause. Okay, so there's no ongoing delay. I mean, obviously you could put a downer on that. Kind of cheesy meanwhile, but why not? So we have this. Why did the... Oh. When you kill it right here, then it doesn't get the information of having to turn the volume down. I want to do some transitions. Let's see what we have. Like this. That is 2, 2. A little bit after 4. 1, 2, 3. 2, 3. Okay, let's try this. 2, 3. That should be fine. A little bit after the 4. Even go a little bit later. Okay, we are this, and where are my transitions? Whooshes, there we go. Looking for something more subtle. Like this. And when you turn down the filter, yeah. A little bit short of 1 bar. Seems fine to me. So let's listen to the whole thing without a click. So there's that. Any plans for new night sessions? Yes, they will come pretty soon, to be honest. So there will be more stuff. Just a quick little reminder, if you are interested, you can leave a comment underneath this very Facebook post that I'm linking here in the chat. We will do a random drawing at the end of the stream. Let's take a quick look where we are at right now. So you see this is the URL. And right now we have 54 comments already. That's nice. Seems like somebody wants to have the library. If you don't win 48 hours after the stream, these promo codes are available to give you $50 off each individual library or $100 off the whole package if you want to grab it. So check it out on the www.keep-forest.com. Hi Dirk, do you find these are similar limitations with timing to other similar libraries? I don't see limitations with timing. It just takes a little bit more adjusting when they are not timed to the BPM. But I get why you would do it. So time stretching these samples always involves some kind of audible artifacts once you go into stretching or compressing too far. So I'd rather have a good sounding sample and manually adjust it to fit on the groove. I don't mind that it's not synced. I mean, sometimes it's easier when you slam a hit on there and you know it lands on the one, but it's a minimal adjustment, and unless you change the tempo in the track, you should be fine utilizing that same sample later on, and it will always sit where it should. So I don't really see a limitation there. It's just one more tweak, so to say, to get it working. I wonder if we should place the chat right there on top of at least the dark area so it's better to read. Not sure. Kind of tough to put that into the video window. Let me know what you think. What is better? If you like it more at that place. So we have this. We have this. Oh, and I just realized that I muted, stopped my YouTube video. So that's a new generation of music composing. It's the difference between this and the old composition. I'm not really with you there, Arkin. Times change, tools change, and it's a different type of music. I think you will have a hard time writing that down on paper. That's not the compositional approach like writing a symphony or something. This is the sound design side of things, which has its place. I think it really starts to shine when you combine them both. So I want to bring in the bass patch again at that moment, but now not with raising the filter, but full throttle on. And bring the volume back, of course. Maybe turn it down a little bit, the filter. Definitely want to introduce some kind of alarm sound here. So let's see. Oh, God, I love these. Turn the release a little bit up. Activate that reverb. I really like that. Okay, let's see. Need to have a shorter. Ring. Ring. this. Keep going. Just gonna make sure that the mod wheel is correct on the bass. Mod wheel on these two. Okay. Should be fine. So, where are we at? And I like that comment with the guitars. Maybe we do something like that. What I forgot, what we also will do is add some ticks. These are, funnily enough, these are very quiet. Where's the other one? I think they have two. What was advanced actually? Oh, interesting. I never even looked at that. Okay, we're gonna look into that later. So it looks like you can define 8 different notes and tell on each step which note is going to play. Interesting. And let's do the tempo halftime. That's cool. And add a delay effect to it all. Let's go with vintage sound, less wet, eighth dotted, less feedback. Just a little bit of a ticking rhythm there. That's pretty nice. So end it there so we can repeat it. And we could either do a volume automation or a filter automation, which I would prefer. So start a little bit with the filter close. Since it's a very high-pitched sound, that filter will have a drastic effect. Given that the filter is actually attached to the mod wheel, it is. So then when we bring that down, it should have quite an audible effect. Why is it not having an effect? Oh, because I need to bring it down further. Got it. But still, that's strange. Feels like it doesn't really affect the sound. Hmm. This is attached to a mod wheel, and it also reacts. Hmm. Seems a little bit like a bug. So it works when I directly control it, but when it reads the mod wheel from the sequence, it doesn't work. Interesting. Hmm. Okay. Well, maybe a bug. I'm not sure. We can look into the effects and add a filter after the fact. Actually, that's a high pass filter. We need a low pass filter. And we can learn that too. Does that work now? Yeah, that's working now. Okay, problem solved. But I will definitely ask them about that. Maybe that's a bug in the library. Not sure about that. So I have a question I want to ask. Please answer. Why should I not? Why some library open in files, not like others? I try to understand your question. Do you mean why some libraries only show up in this files menu instead of the library panel? Uh, Easy thing to answer. Developers need to pay Native Instruments if they want to appear in this list, and and then your library is also protected through Native Instruments, and you need that code through Native Access to activate these libraries. And then there are other developers who do not pay that fee to Native Instruments and develop their libraries still for Contact, but not for the library panel. And that way they don't need to pay a fee, but they also don't have the protection. So this library is not protected with a serial through native access. Hope that answers your question. So let's see, what do we have? That alarm sounds a little bit lost there. Let's give it a little bit more love on the effect side of things. So open up delay again, and maybe some tape saturation. Saturate the signal a little bit. And also use a tape delay, also saturate that a little bit, turn the feedback down, turn the wet down. I think quarter notes should be fine for that delay. Okay, first we need a really good hit. I really like this one. Okay, let's go with this one. That was kind of hilarious. Didn't want to use that one. I want to find out where it's sitting on the one. Okay, it's closed a little bit more than a quarter note, I think. 2, 3, 4. That sounds like pretty on point. So we're coming in here. Let me run this for you. I'm gonna be back in a second. Okay, that sounds pretty nice. Just want to have the hit there. That hit is to let's combine these. I mean, the thing is, once you start combining the hits, you really need to make sure that the longer one is exactly on the one. Otherwise, you get this little flam effect. As I said, first choice would be to export to audio and then align them. That's the easiest way. But not gonna do it for now. But actually, that sounds pretty good. So these two together. We could maybe even add a little bit of low end through. Just by pressing this one. Also, I just want to have it very short. So these combined. That sounds pretty decent. And we can also turn down the bring down the filter to really just have the low end. So that's the hit. Hi to Russia, DJ Jackson. Nice to have you around. Okay, we get this. I want to introduce some noise ambience. We do stream about Symphobia for Pandora. Not planned as of now because I just don't have the library. So can't really say that I'm going to do anything with that. Screen on top is a 55-inch flat TV. I think it's a Vizio, not a Samsung. Do we have to use the stain with MIDI keyboard to program realistic pianos? You don't have to. You can manually draw that in afterwards, but it's way easier to record a sustain pedal while playing. And to create realistic piano without sustain pedal is pretty hard to do because you don't have these, as the name implies, sustaining notes when you don't use the pedal. So it's possible, but it's not very feasible to do without a sustain pedal. So let's put that underneath. Hi from Greece. Hi to Greece. Good to see you. Just a friendly little reminder via this link. Leave your comment if you want to get a chance of winning Deathmatch, so that expansion library to Devastator. Today's giveaway, courtesy and thanks to Keepforest. So what I want to do is also realize that this is not a sustaining patch, so you need to re-trigger it after a while. Hey A, best wishes to Germany. We have these drone noise effects. They may be even more suited. They may be great for the intro as well. Yeah, let's add these. just realized you don't see the interface. There we go. Okay, record that again. Yeah, just putting something underneath. And what I also did on that, on the one, turn the mod all the way down so we are silent there. Make sure that we start at 0. Drone effects, and I think we can bring that down just a little bit. We'll use some strings in it. I actually don't plan to use any other libraries than just Devastator. Wow, like that one. Which is better, Devastator or Devastator Deathmatch? That's hard to say, and you can't really. I mean, they go along well with each other. I think Deathmatch has, if you look at the selection, Deathmatch has more of these signature sounds and Brahms and stuff like that. And also, it does have the loops, which the original Devastator has not. So you can't really say one is better than the other. But you also cannot say that they really serve different purposes. So it's just spread out onto two different libraries with a bunch of content. Um, I can't really tell you why they do it, internal reasons, whatever. They could also do just one big library, which they do when you get the full package for I think 349 or 359. Then you have just one big library. But yeah, right now I combine deathmatch and the I always forgot the name. The Action Twisted Industrial Toolkit. That's the second. That's the actual Devastator. So, um, yeah, Deathmatch. As you can see, Deathmatch is kind of an expansion with loops. We haven't even looked at these yet. Uh, More plugs, more signature sounds, far hits, trailer hits, and Wait, Evolution, Devastator, Deathmatch. Evolution, Devastator, Deathmatch. Oh, that's the same thing as above. And you got the wave folder. So there is a lot of stuff in the expansion that you don't have in the original. For example, what we haven't looked at, there is. How do I do that? Let me open up this computer. Come on. B sample lips, keep forest. Where is my keep forest? There we go. That may take a little moment. I haven't put that into my library. So the wave file, what I want to say, the wave folder in Keepforest, when you download the full package, contains let me see, sample libraries, Keepforest, Evolution Devastator. Let's look here into the folder directly. What we're looking at is the contact instruments, and then there is the Devastator expansion. And for example, there you have a bunch of trailer tracks with stems and everything. So that's really cool to learn about what some stuff sounds like and how it's done. Not really sure why it's not uh, letting me add this to my pool. Hmm, that's a little bit strange. There's something in the search. I haven't used the media bay for quite a while, so I'm not really sure why that doesn't show up. Anyway, but the thing is that the expansion contains a little bit extra content that you don't get with the original one. So there is a reason why they have it separated. So, do you always go through new libraries in depth to sort out specific patches to add to your template and then scrap the rest, or do you constantly revisit them to find patches that suit the current project best? Kind of both. Especially this kind of stuff. I mean, I consider this library extremely useful and extremely well done and well executed. So this has a ton of great sounds that I constantly need in my work. So this will definitely make its way into my template pretty much with all the patches that there are. Other libraries, as you said, yeah, kind of going with uh, some of the patches that I feel are extremely useful that end up in the template, and the rest sits unused. And it happens, of course, when you have quite a bunch of stuff that sounds or patches go to waste or will never be looked at again, uh, because it's just too much to get everything used all the time. And sometimes you discover so-called hidden gems when you go through the sounds when you have some free time. I mean, I spend a lot of time getting to know my sounds and knowing what I have, even if I don't have all the sounds on my template, for example. I usually know where I need to reach, what I need to reach for to get the sound that I want to achieve. Uh, so I consider it pretty essential to know your library and know your sounds. But that takes time and it evolves over time and grows. On the other hand, you have your go-to patches and go-to sounds that's why we have templates. So that's the stuff that I always use, and then you spice it up with things you may not necessarily have in the template. Uh right, there's also a free pack on the website that you can get. Uh when you rate this library, how much do you give it? I mean, I'm biased a little bit because I'm a sucker for these kind of sounds. But overall, I think this is really a solid 9 out of 10. It's extremely easy to work with, and I limit myself on this one by just working with the library without any external or other stuff. I can already see how useful it is going to be having in the template with all the other stuff and all the other sounds. I don't want to have that all the time, just every second one, and then kind of like that. Like that one. And I also want to use some kind of noise sound. Bring that down. Not too heavy for what I have in mind. And these transformer-like sounds are just great. Not sure. I want to fill it with a little bit, but I'm not sure with what. That's a nice rider there. So let's put that in. What I definitely want to do here is turn down the release time. I want to stop that as soon as I lose the key. You begin composing with East-West? Nope. Don't work with East-West. Just want to add that da, 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 da. And since these hits are round robin, that means I can just do, and it will always sound good. Yeah. What we haven't looked at, I said there is some loop content in here as well. So let's take a quick look at that. Instruments, expansions, loops. So we have some trailer drums. I like that one. Let's put that on top. Nice. So, quantize that. So this is just sitting underneath. What else do we have? I want to add that in the second part. Like this. So when you stops the sound, if you release the key. When you turn down the release, yes, then it stops the sound as soon as you release the key. Which hits are you using in this? I'm only using the Keepforest Devastator library for this walkthrough. And later down the line, if you scroll back, you see that I layered a few of these hits to come up with the sound. So I think even the booms, that is, no, that not that one. These are the hits that are layered, these three. There we go. So that's the main. That's a low end a little bit. And I added that one as well to put them together. On solo. Sorry, need to listen from the beginning to see where we are. Meanwhile, I can just let you know we are getting close to the last chance of dropping your comment on this Facebook post to get a free copy of Devastator Deathmatch. So that expansion library. So I want to keep going with that one. So that keeps running through for the last part. And only for the last two I want to have the typical... No, not this one, sorry. triplets. Dun 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 dun. Dun dun dun. Oop, up. Yeah. Like this. I want to do that same thing that I did with the other riser on this one as well. So what I need is the modulation here. We have that all the way up. And then we want to have 8 triplets. Actually 16th triplets, because I want to turn down. So 1, 2. Oh damn! Sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Copy that over, so that ends up with, yeah. There we go. Da, 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 da. Come on. Do you ever think you're typecast as a composer? Do you think there might be a problem for some composers? Typecast, do you mean that people hire you based on the music you create? Isn't that the best thing that can happen to you? If a movie gets Hans Zimmer on board, they want to get him because they get the Hans Zimmer sound. And if you manage to come up with a signature sound that people recognize or understand that this is you who does that type of sound, I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. Or maybe I understood your question wrong. Then I'm sorry. Oh, and I also want to add a Brahm on that second run through. I want to do the same here with the mod wheel data, so I can copy that over from the long riser, just the last part. On the Brahm that we just recorded. And delete this stuff and paste it. So that means so together is, and I had it wrong. There we go. Do you feel composers are adequately supported by the hierarchy in their endeavors? I'm sorry, I don't understand that question. Please explain what you mean. I just realized I'm not going to finish that cue today. But that's actually a good point to get into a night session and keep on working there. But I really like where this is going. Save the whole thing. Yeah, it's an extremely usable library. That's something I can say for sure. So last point. No, not this. I want to copy once more the access code if you intend to grab the library after the stream. 48 hours after the stream, you can get $50 off each of the individual packages. Like we have Devastator Deathmatch and Devastator Action Twisted Industrial Toolkit. I think they both retail each for $199, so you get $50 off, so it's $149 each. Or you can get the full package for $249 with $100 off. And one of you lucky guys will win the Devastated Deathmatch, the blue guy, the expansion, in a few moments. Last chance to leave your comment on the thread. That is the URL. Right now, your chances are 1 to 71. That's not too bad. So, last chance, leave your comment at this Facebook thread. We will draw someone who posted onto there as the winner of the library. I really enjoy this, and I'm not going to finish the track now because I'm gonna close shop in a little bit. But I will keep working on this one in a night session, possibly even tonight already. I mean, just follow my Facebook or my YouTube channel, get notifications, hit the notification bell so you see when I get live. If you want to follow along. And let me look. Where do we have? So, something for future stream. I learned a lot from you in the past years. I really want to learn about your workflow from brief to end track a project if you prefer to share. I may have some interesting infos for you in regards to that in the future. Why don't you long stream like before? Because I got a job to finish afterwards, so I really want to take a short look at the library and start creating with it. And I will keep going in a continuation of that session, in a night session. So, but I hope you liked it, and I really love the library. I'm a little bit biased because they send it to me for free, but I try to give my as much as possible honest opinion, and I really think that they nailed it with this release. It's just mind-blowingly useful. All the sound in there are state of the art, top notch. It's perfect for trailer productions and all that hybrid sound that is so much in demand nowadays. And yeah, all I can say is this is what we did today. I will keep working on that, and Last chance to get your comment underneath that Facebook post. 72 people. I guess it's time to draw a winner. You guys ready? At the end of that track, I'm gonna hit the start button, and we have a winner for today's giveaway. Thanks to Keepforest. That's pretty badass. And I will keep working and finishing that track pretty soon. As I said, possibly even tonight. But now let's get to the exciting part where we find out who is going to win today's lottery. You ready? Let's go. Let's look. How many? 74. Okay, two more jumped on board. Last chance. There we go. And bam. Who's going to win today? Winner is Bogdan Frinku. Sorry if I pronounced your name wrong. I will get in touch with you through Facebook and get you your copy of Devastator Deathmatch. Thanks everyone for watching. Again, watch these promo codes if you want to grab the library for $50 off each or $100 off for the package. Enjoy your day and see you possibly later tonight or at least at some other point this week and finish off this track because I think we're getting there. Thanks so much. See you soon. Bye bye.